Hey, Kyle, it was a hot topic last time we got on here with a bunch of your teammates, and they just kept talking about you and your brother racing. Um, can you give us a little info on that? Who wins that race, and how often do you guys actually race out there?
So I mean, we some country boys. We both some country boys. So we stay on a lot of land. And when I came back home this last time, he just called me out, like out for a race. I'm fresh off a drive coming home. He had just left track practice. I'm guessing he thought he was gonna get me. And my mom and my daddy was hyping it. It was like, yeah, I don't know, this might got you now. So we raced outside. It was a real close race, but I ended up winning. But I bet he'll tell you if we race again, he'll win.
So you haven't done it at practice or anything? I mean, you guys aren't doing races out there during after practice or anything like that?
Not necessarily. We run sprints at the end of practice, and we just go all full out. But we necessarily have not necessarily have raced since that time.
Gotcha. What's it been like having him out there with you? It sounds like your teammates have said that he looks really good, really mature. It's got to be wild for you to see him out there.
Nah, yeah, it's kind of a crazy experience for me because I'm watching him grow up and becoming the man he's becoming today, and seeing the type of player that he turned himself into. Like, I haven't seen him really play in person that often because I could only go to like one of his high school games per year. But I mean, he's turned into a phenomenal player. He's made a big camp, getting a lot of interceptions, which that's what he's been doing his whole life. He's been outstanding. I'm proud of him.
How much can he help you guys right away, and what have you been helping him with?
Oh yeah, he could definitely help us tremendously. I say like going to get the football, getting turnovers, for the defense, getting the ball back to the offense. That's what he specializes in, and that's what he's been showing since his first practice. And I feel like he'll be a tremendous help to the defense right away.
Have you been helping him a lot, even prior to practice starting?
After practice, he talk to me and ask me questions. I'm the veteran of the group, so everybody comes to me asking me questions. Dudes ask me questions like, "What you think about this? What I'm doing wrong?" And I'm watching everybody, so as well as myself, and just giving them little tips here and there.
Hey Kyle, because of I guess the NCAA rule on how eligibility will work this season, you could have the chance to stay a couple of years, I guess, and be with your brother for that time. Is that something you've thought about? Have you thought about that rule, being with your brother or anything like that?
Yeah, so actually at first, when it came down to, not knowing if we're going to get the eligibility back or not, I'm not going to lie to you, I was a little worried. But, now that they told us that we're getting that extra eligibility, it's been a stress reliever for me. Like, I have no stress going into the season. And I'm happy about being able to play the season all the way through without thinking about it. So, I'm excited for this season. And if I do get that extra year or have to use that extra year, I'll definitely enjoy coming back to the game.
Were you worried about games getting canceled and you guys not playing a full season? Was that part of the stress you mentioned?
Yes, definitely. I love football. Like, I really love this game. Like, some people, they love what the game can do for them. Some people just love putting on a football uniform. No, I really love football. Like, I watch football all day long. I've been like this since I've grown up as a kid. Like, I just enjoy football. So, the fact that no matter of me not being able to play a full season or me sitting out a season because of the corona or COVID-19, it was a big worry for me. And I didn't set out enough for football. I redshirted, so I wasn't trying to do that again.
Just given the amount of guys you all lost from the secondary last year, did you have any concerns about what this group would look like heading into this season? And then what have you seen so far that maybe have helped you feel a little bit more confident?
So at first, losing some big starters, some big pieces, like Mike Lee, Bryce, Hassan, Elmore Hempstead, like losing those players, I was thinking, like, I was worried. I was like, man, like, I'm one of the only returning starters coming back. You know what I'm saying? So it was a question for me, but just trusting the coach's recruiting process and just trusting Kansas, man. They brought in some unbelievable freshman talent, and I'm very happy and excited to see what they can do Saturday night.
Hey Kyle, what can you tell us about Kenny Logan?
Man, Kenny Logan, he's come along. He's come a long way. He is another guy. I want to say him and Deuce are tied for leading camp in interceptions. Like, he's just going to get the football. That's one of his outstanding traits. He goes to be the ball tracker. He's outstanding at going to get the football.
This is a little off the wall. You guys obviously have a 9 p.m. game coming up. We've heard a little bit of talk today about changing up sleep schedules. Have they talked to you about that, about what this next week is going to be like?
All right, so let me tell y'all. This 9 p.m. game, this is probably the best thing that can happen for me because I like night games. I'm going to get to sleep in, so it's not going to change my sleep schedule at all. I'm going to be wide awake at 9 p.m., ready to go.
Did they tell you you're going to have to stay up later in the week and try to flip that schedule a little bit?
I don't think we've started those discussions yet, talking about, like, how it's going to change, but we do know that it's going to be a 9 p.m. game, and I'm pretty sure we're going to get a chance to sleep in. That's love giving us sleep. That way we're at our best and full potential for the game.
Hey, Kyle, I'm just curious. Have you seen anything out of Stephen Parker so far in camp?
One thing I noticed about Stephen Parker this camp is his maturity level increasing. Last year get thrown in that fire as a freshman, that's nothing light for anybody. It takes a special talent to be able to do that and already have the maturity level. But I would say, going in year 2 for him, he's definitely showed his maturity level improving and being able to learn the plays, you know what I'm saying? And he's just been putting on a pretty good camp.
Hey, Kyle, how has your role changed this year? I mean, is it more of a leadership role with some of the guys that have left?
Yeah, definitely. So it was a whole group of seniors last year, and that we used to lead as a group of seniors within each other. We were all seniors, so we all lead each other. Me now being one of the oldest, or the oldest of the group, they're expecting a huge leadership role out of me, and I took on the challenge. I've been a leader my whole life, so it's nothing big for me. But yeah, I'm definitely taking that leadership role.
And I also had one other question. I know in the past you've kind of fought through some injuries and everything. How you doing? You healthy?
I'm 100% healthy. It's the best I've ever felt in my life.
Oftentimes, the defense will feed off that crowd noise in games, but you guys obviously don't have any fans there. As a veteran leader, how do you keep the defense, motivated and hyped up each snap?
So this is exactly what we did. We just had a scrimmage the other day, and basically we had a scrimmage on the game field. And I told them this is definitely how it's gonna be on game day. You're gonna be able to hear the other side yelling. You're gonna be able to hear your coach yelling from the sideline. It's gonna be pretty much quiet. So we might as well treat this scrimmage like a game day. Me personally, I'm thinking in my head like it's a nice scrimmage on live television. That's how I'm taking it.
Hey, Kyle, you mentioned Kenny was one of the guys leading in interceptions in camp. Would you say he has the best hands of all the DBs? If not, is there one of the guys that sticks out to you?
I don't even like to say this, but I'm going to have to get that one to my brother Deuce with the best hands. Cause anytime I touch his hands, he came down with it. He has some very good stuff. But he definitely be up there. It'll be out of them too, but I'll probably give it to Deuce.
Yeah, you've brought up a lot of young guys. How difficult is it to play in the secondary as a freshman, redshirt freshman, sophomore, that type of thing?
It takes a special type of player to be able to play as a freshman, sophomore, or any time being a young guy. But I feel like Kansas has done a great job of recruiting, and they got those special type of players.